Okay, so now that I have my nails cleaned up and my cuticles are pushed back, we are ready to apply. So this is Chelsea Elater. It's another gold glitter, but it's more of a gold, not a rose gold. You can kind of see the difference here between the two. I'm gonna set this aside. I'm just gonna use this accent nail pack to show you just a quick demonstration of how to apply these. Now I like to use my scissors to cut the packages open, and I will show you why in a bit. When you take your Color Street out of the package, you're gonna have 8 strips like this in 2 different sets, so 16 strips total. As you can see, they are double-ended, so you can flip them around if your nails are a little bit short like mine, and you don't have to use it all on one nail if you don't want to. Some of them are smaller, some of them are bigger, but you should be able to find the perfect fit, for your nail. I like to pull them apart before I start because I like to kind of bend that a little. Hopefully you can see it. And I'll lay it over my nail just so I can make sure I have a good fit. Now, if you remember, we don't want to put these on our cuticle or the skin over here because they won't stick and then they'll end up lifting, and we don't want that. Now we can clean it up, so I'd rather the strip be a little bit bigger than smaller, but that's just not enough coverage. We always want to start with one of our pinkies or other fingers first because we're going to use our thumb as a tool. I'm going to use this to kind of press the nail strip down. I'm going to use this to score it and perforate it. So I'm going to start with my pinky first. When you're ready to apply, you'll see this purple tab here. It says peel off. It might be orange. This is just like a protective cover to keep that. It's just an extra layer to keep that from drying out. Now this is your polish. Color Street is 100% real fingernail polish. We are the only product in the world that is 100% real fingernail polish. We don't use glue or adhesive on the other side. This is dry on the top. As you can see, nothing's transferring. I can rub it around. It's not smudging. It's completely dry. When you pull the silver tab, it pulls the actual strip off. Now this is my polish. Now this side is just a little bit wet. It's just a little bit tacky, if you will. Okay, that's what we mean. Like, you can apply this like a sticker, but this is just a little bit tacky fingernail polish. It's not, we're not putting glue on it. You don't have to use any kind of heat or special tools. All right, so I'm just gonna hold this strip and I'm gonna line it right up next to my cuticle, but not on it. Okay, you can see next to my cuticle, but not on it. As long as I like the placement, I'm going to start to press down, and I usually start at the base by my cuticle, and then I'm just going to work my way up. I'm kind of doing this upside down, so hopefully you can see it okay. And I'm just working my way up and pressing. Now, if I get a little wrinkle in there, that's no problem. I can just kind of pull it and gently stretch. And then as you can see, this one is a little bit big on this side, so I'm going to show you how to clean that up. Now, there's a couple ways that we can do this, okay? I can bend this over, and I can use my thumbnail to perforate it now. We could use scissors or nail clippers to clip that, or you can just go ahead and like pinch, fold, and file in a downward motion. I want to use this for another nail. So I'm just gonna go ahead and take my scissors, and I'm just gonna cut that, okay? And then what I like to do is, because this is 100% fingernail polish, as this cures to my nail, it's that bottom layer, right? The one that's tacky and kind of sticky that's sticking to my nail, that's got to dry. So I don't want that to shrink and the end of my nail be showing. So I just tuck that under my nail, just like that. I don't know how well you can see it. It's just tucked under. And now I'm going to take my thumbnail, or you can use an orange stick or a cuticle pusher, and I'm just going to press in between gently my finger and my fingernail, and see that extra came right off. So again, it's better to do a bigger strip than it is a shorter strip. I also see that right here, it looks like I have a little bit on my cuticle. So I'm just gonna take my cuticle pusher and I'm just pushing that back. Now, if that is on my cuticle, again, I can use my fingernail or a cuticle pusher, and I can just push that right off of there, and it looks like it's already coming off. So it's no big deal if you do get it there. You just want to take it off. Okay, so I don't know how well you can see that, but it just pushed it right off, and I can just peel that right up. Okay, so now my fingernail polish is not going to lift because it's not on my skin. So easy peasy, that's how that's done. Now I can take the other side and I can take this bottom tab off, and I can put this on my toenails, or I can flip it around and I can use it on another finger, okay? So again, I'm just gonna lay it down right next to my cuticle, but not on it. And if I like the positioning, I'm just gonna gently start at the base and come through the middle and press down on the sides, just like laying a sticker on your nail. Now that one is a really good fit. I don't know how well you can see that. Again, I know this is gonna shrink a little bit, so I'm just gonna tuck this under my nail and I'm gonna let that cure, okay? It takes about 20, maybe 30 minutes for that bottom layer to cover or to cure and to dry completely. So you don't wanna do dishes or be soaking your hands, but I can go to the bathroom, I can go pet the kitties, I can take care of the kids, I can do whatever I need to do because that is dry on the top, completely dry. I'm not helpless right now. So again, when you have your strip, peel the top layer. There's your polish, base coat, top coat, and color. Peel that silver tab, and there's your polish. Lay it right next to my cuticle, not on it. If you like the placement, just start at the base and just gently start to press down from the middle to the side, from the back to the front, okay? Now, another way you can do this, if you don't like filing and you don't like tucking that under, is you can just kind of score it and pull it, okay? So you're just gonna use your thumbnail and score that and then just pull that extra off. So I don't have a whole lot to tuck under my nail, okay? So I know some people that bothers them. I always do mine right before I go to bed, and it doesn't bother me at all, and I wake up in the morning and I usually don't even have to file it off. It just kind of comes off. But when that dries, if that shrinks up a little bit, you might see the tip of my nail. So I prefer folding it under. Again, here's the second side of it. I'm just gonna lay it right next to my cuticle, not on it. And then gently press. And see, that one's a little bit big, so we'll clean that one up. But I'm gently pressing. And then I'm just gonna fold that under. I'm a big fan of folding it under. I like my nails to last. And then I'm gonna take my thumbnail, and again, I'm gently just pressing on the skin between the nail and my finger, and it just scores that polish and it peels right up. So I'll let that sit for about 20 minutes and then I will file. Now, when you're ready to file, whether you're letting it sit for 20 minutes or you're doing this and going to bed and doing it the next morning, I do recommend using a crystal or glass nail file. These are amazing. They're not too coarse. Some of them are more coarse than others, but what this does is it helps seal those keratin layers together between your fingernail and your fingernail polish. So when you want to do it, you do it in a downward motion. So I'm gonna just just under my nail, really. I'm not on top of it. And again, I haven't let this sit, but just gently scoring that underneath the nail in the same motion. I'm not going back and forth. I'm not going up and down. I'm just kind of turning it so I can get a good touch, okay? So you can kind of see that I've scored that nail. And now the extra polish just comes right off, just like that. And I'm ready to go. So hopefully this is helpful. When you're done with your strips, what you want to do, I like to save them for later in case I want to do like a mixed mani. So here's coming up rose gold. This is a clear overlay. It's got gold in the middle, so you can lay it over a solid color or whatever. I take my hair straightener and I warm it all the way up, and I just clamp this on for just a few seconds. It's not going to burn it. It's not going to melt to your straightener, but you can see how it's kind of crinkled here. That reseals that package. Now this is not guaranteed by Color Street. They don't know how long they've sat out or what temperature they've sat out in, but I do this with all of my nails. These are some really cute ones from Halloween, Cat's All folks. But I save these because I might want to use it as an accent nail if I have like a black or purple set. I always hang on to these. These are just leftovers from my manis and my toes. I will then take these, put them in a sandwich baggie, and toss them in the freezer. The freezer, even if we didn't get this airtight or they maybe sat out a little bit too long, that freezer, the temperature of that helps stop any of the drying process. So they'll stay fresher longer and you can try to use these again. Hopefully that helps. Let me know if you have any questions.